Another day, another video comparison. This is the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I want to do a video comparison 4K 60 because it can shoot 4K 60 on all lenses against the Oppo Find X6 Pro. But wait a second, this one can only record 4K 30 on the front, does it? Let's check it out. This is, by the way, the front-facing camera of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. What do you think about this one here? Yeah, the Oppo can shoot 4K, but only 30 frames per second on the front-facing camera, and as you might see, without any stabilization. So what I have to do is try to stabilize it in post to get a little bit of a better, more stable kind of shot. All the other shots here that I will take with the Oppo Find X6 Pro are in 4K 60 frames per second. And what I will also do is only use the internal microphones of the smartphones. I'm using the iPhone 15 Pro Max right now with its 1/1.28 inch main capture device, the main sensor here, 4K 60 frames per second. How good is the HDR? Sun is setting there in the background, so I think it should not struggle at all with this one here. I can also go to the ultra wide angle just with a tap of a button. We are at the ultra wide angle. How good does this compete with the Oppo Find X6 Pro? And if I want to zoom in on something, there's a ship passing by. Let's try to zoom in on the ship. Let's go to 2 times, and then we can go to 5 times, and we can go up to 15 times. That's the Malta, as you can see here, the ship's name. The Oppo supports 18 times zoom when recording video at 4K 60. There you can see the Malta ship passing by. I think it is looking a little bit blurrier. Let's go to 15 times, which we reach now. Does it look better? I think it's very comparable with the iPhone, isn't it? Even though it doesn't have a 5 times optical zoom. But you tell me in the comments. This is now 10 times, and we're going down to the 1 time zoom. This is 3 times now that we reached. And yeah, we have to stop recording here because it cannot record and jump to the 1 time zoom lens. Interesting. Major bummer with the Oppo Find X6 Pro because we cannot jump when recording 4K 60 between all the camera lenses, which is a little bit of a bummer because I was expecting it to work quite nicely. This is the 1-inch type sensor here, 4K 60. We get a nice background blur. How is HDR and stabilization here? How good is the microphone picking up my voice? There's not much wind going on. It's pretty much no wind at all. And yeah, I cannot switch to the ultra wide angle with this one, nor can I zoom in. And the zoom here is completely digital, 6 times zoom, but yeah, it's not really using and switching between the lenses, so a major bummer. Unless you are able to record 4K 60 even with the ultra wide angle that I'm using here right now on the Oppo Find X6 Pro. What do you think about the quality of this one here? The Oppo is using very large sensors, so almost the sensor size that were used in the previous flagship phones as the main camera sensor. So this is why Oppo is also calling this the 3 main camera sensors on the back. So not only 1 main camera sensor. What do you think about this recording here? 4K 60 frames per second. Of course I will do a dedicated, very detailed camera comparison with the Oppo Find X6 Pro and of course the iPhone 15 Pro Max as well. So stay tuned for this one, but this is just a short little first impressions video and comparison between those two. And yes, I will do also a side-by-side comparison right now. Front-facing video, we can see clearly that the Oppo is not stabilized, where the iPhone 15 Pro Max is a bit cropped in but stabilized. Also a bit softer on the iPhone, a bit more warmer colors, especially also in the green grass that you can see there. And I think a bit more detail and contrasty look on the Oppo Find X6 Pro. What do you think? Main camera footage is very interesting because we can see a little bit of better HDR on the Oppo Find X6 Pro. Stabilization is good. We have a bit of brighter image on the iPhone and a bit more yellowish kind of exposure again. A bit darkish kind of shadow on my face on the Oppo. And we can see also a bit of more background blur with the Oppo thanks to the 1-inch sized sensor that you don't have on the iPhone. When we switch to the ultra wide angle, you will see that again, a wider picture, brighter picture and more yellow picture on the iPhone, where the Oppo Find X6 Pro is a bit darker, a bit narrower, but has better HDR. In terms of zoom, the iPhone seems to be a lot smoother, but also a bit more noisy, less processed looking than the Oppo Find X6 Pro, which has a lot of processing going on. Overall, which one did you like best? I think I like the Oppo's true-to-life colors a bit more, where the iPhone is a little bit too overexposed sometimes, too yellowish, too bright. The ultra-wide angle, I think they are on par. In terms of zoom, I'm surprised that the iPhone is doing a little bit better than the Oppo. What do you think?